funny how business is timing too, right?
Yeah.
There's so many people we meet along the journey in the last 6 years even, and it's just about timing when we can actually do something with them or not. So timing's right.
Okay. Some interesting questions here.
I knew you were going to select that one.
Will Craig Wright be getting an Xmas present from you this year? What a douchebag he is. You know, it's funny because this is something that happens all the time in both crypto media and also the crypto podcasts. So they bring on a very inflammatory guest and they want to create some drama.
Yeah.
So the podcast host will ask the guest, what do you think of person XYZ? Vitalik, Charles Hoskinson, Joe Lubin, Gav, somebody. And of course, the inflammatory guest will be like, he's an asshole. And then what the podcaster will do is tweet that person that he's just talked about and said, oh my God, I can't believe he said this.
Yeah.
And then the crypto media will pick it up.
Yeah.
And then an article will literally be published within 24, 40 hours.
Yeah.
Charles Hoskinson and Craig Wright are feuding. I'm not feuding.
I feel like you haven't talked about him for quite a long time.
I know. Somebody interviewed Craig and asked, what do you think of Charles? Craig always says the same thing, that Charles is a scammer. But he says everybody's a scammer. And then that guy tweeted it at me, and then I tweeted back, I don't care. So I guess that's the crypto qualification for a feud these days. So then the podcaster reached out to me and he said, oh, you got to be on my show and talk about it, rebut Craig Wright. I said, it's the best case scenario is no one cares. The worst case scenario is he sues me because he sues everybody.
Yeah, that'd be dangerous.
It's such a nuisance dealing with this guy. It's like fighting somebody who's made out of molten tar. Even if you win the fight, you get molten tar all over your body. He definitely has
a waste of it's not going to add any value to anybody, even that's watching. About it's not going to advance it. You and Vitalik would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Other people that have like substantial things to say. And he's not a gotcha kind of guy, Vitalik.
No, and there's plenty of productive ways to engage with Vitalik. And I run into him from time to time. It's cordial always.
Yeah.
When you deal with somebody who refuses to acknowledge your existence or give you the benefit of the doubt, there's no productive way to get anything out of that. He says we've accomplished nothing. It's like, okay, we extended UTXO, we created Plutus, we created Marlowe, we created the Ouroboros consensus model, we created NEPA-POWs, which makes Bitcoin considerably better, or we created Mithril, we created useful proof of work. 170 plus papers, and we've pioneered the usage of formal methods in the development of cryptocurrency. And a lot of the cool stuff, like we wrote one of the very first really detailed attack papers on peer-to-peer networking. And there was a recent huge hack on peer-to-peer with tons of Bitcoin derivative coins. We weren't affected. Why? Because we have a custom network stack that we came up with that's significantly better. So you could think that our tokenomics are wrong or we're scammers, this thing, but you can't deny the scientific innovation. And the fact that he does says that he doesn't understand it. You see, it's just that simple. And so why do you give that guy time of day? It's because he's got a cult. And you don't engage people with cults. You just move on. Just move on. Caravan moves on.
No Christmas present, in other words.
Oh, he'll get a Christmas present.